Recently, my good friend Dion and we started a run in Project Zomboid. At first, we were just surviving, with no clear goal in mind, until we decided for something, I would say, pretty ambitious. We thought it would be cool to take the biggest gated community as our home, Louisville. You see, the biggest city in Kentucky, which is Louisville, is completely surrounded by a high fence that zombies cannot climb. So we thought if we clear all of Louisville, basically the city becomes our base. For that, we need to gear up though. So we moved our base to here. An already halfway fenced in gas station with 2 buildings and enough space to make it our home. And it is also very close to the army checkpoint that marks the border to Louisville. So we used this base to gather weapons, ammo, attachments, and whatever we thought would be useful in the future. We also made a plan to move one more time when we are ready to go to Louisville. And we wanted to move here, to the Scarlet Oak Distillery, SOD, which is on the riverside back in Louisville. That means once we clear that area, there will be no zombies coming from behind, and we can work our way from the riverside inwards into the city and make sure that we not leave a single zombie roaming around in Louisville. After moving to the SOD, we cleared the surrounding area, fortified our base a little bit, and of course set it up on the inside. Once we had the SOD set up as our base of operations, we started going out just to kill. Of course we keep our eyes open for anything useful, but the task at hand is to clear this huge city of its undead inhabitants. And the first area we went to clear is this little gated community, which is very close by, and since it's a gated community, once we killed all the zombies there, we could be sure that there will be little to no migration of zombies into that area. We first need to get rid of the zombies on the street and the nearby entry. Then we walked up the street, yelling to clear the streets and backyards first. And then we worked ourselves from the back to the front, through the houses. In the houses I almost opened that door at the worst timing. And I hadn't realized it until I looted the kitchen, but this was a survivor house. The middle kitchen counter was filled with weapons and ammo. I loaded everything I found of use into the car and repeated that process with the other houses on the left side, while Dion was clearing and looting the buildings on the right. At this point the only zombies left were in the houses trapped by a door or a window and forced to wait for us to come in and delete them from this world. When we were done with that, Dion wanted to check out another building close by. We had no idea how many zombies there would be waiting for us. Sadly, I forgot to record our voice chat in that session, so you can't hear the jump scare that we got when this door broke and a bunch of zombies stormed at us as if they were the FBI.
FBI, open up!
This one said already grabbed me, but Dion was like,
I got you, homie!
and just a minute later, I returned the favor and we both didn't suffer any injuries here. With my shotgun, I was able to hold my position, so Dion walked around to kill the zombies on the left door, before they could break it. And finally, the staircase became eventually quiet and we made our way to the first floor, where we split up and cleared the entire floor before we made it to the second, where we repeated that process. One of the last rooms on the top floor had even more ammo, guns and attachments for us. We loaded everything into the car and went back to our base to store all the stuff and bring it trailer. After all that shooting, we realized we needed more ammo, especially shotgun shells. So we located the closest gun store and planned to go there next. There we had to clear the streets before entering the shop, but Dion wasn't ready to get out the car yet, so he had to wait for me to clear the exit of the RV for him to safely get out. Shooting guns is a lot of fun in Zomboid, especially with the Arsenal Gunfighter mod. It adds a lot of weapons and attachments, but makes it fairly realistic with the different ammo types and not every attachment fitting on every weapon. Big recommendation from us. It took us a while to realize that the gun store is in the back of that alley, so we parked the car and then I found out that you cannot shoot through the safety gutters. So I grabbed my sledgehammer, which is a tool that can pretty much destroy everything in this game, and with it I deleted a wall piece on the side here so we can safely enter. So let's see what this store got for us. And when I see this, 3 full green bars, I don't care what it is or what it does, I'm taking it.
Nice.
We looted what we needed, stored it in the trailer and headed to our next location. I mentioned earlier that we are looking for a TV remote to make a remote for our wooden gate. We never thought of an easy item like a TV remote to be so elusive. In the whole run so far, we didn't even find a single one. So we decided to go to the Valutech headquarters, which we thought would surely give us what we are looking for, but no luck. We didn't leave empty-handed though. We stocked up on electronic parts and batteries before we left. We discussed if we drive home now or if we should make another stop for some ammo at a nearby hunting supply. We were greedy and we went for more ammo, but on the way there we ran into a little something, but see for yourself. Oof, that was intense and burned through a lot of ammo. So even more reason to go and get more. I dismantled all the watches, cameras and walkie-talkies the Zeds had on them to further level up my electrical skill. After that, the sun was already shining and we made our way to the hunting supply. We really don't need any more guns, since we already have a trailer only filled with them at our base. That's why we can quickly loot the ammo and attachments and just leave again, this time towards our base. And that will be the end of the first episode. If you want to see more Project Zomboid, then make sure to subscribe and like the video, and follow me on Twitch to see live if Dion and I will accomplish our goal or die trying. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.